Whoa!
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
I flew in on a helicopter with a damn puppy. R. Kelly, actually, there was more news about R. Kelly. Where is that at? No. I saw it today. There's, like it's going to go away anytime soon, right? Let's see all this March Madness stuff. What else? Johnny Manziel, I guess, is signing with the AAF.
Yes.
That's just, I feel like it should be AAFL. Why don't they have a league after that? Why is it just the AAF?
It's lit, dog.
What is it, the American Association of Football?
It's lit AAF.
No, I'm not going to find this. Come on. Where did I see the R. Kelly information?
Lie!
Oh, you know where I saw it?
I doubt it's a lie.
Yeah, I bet it was here. Here it is. R. Kelly.
I'm not perfect.
This is good. So you remember R. Kelly, back in the day, he was dating Aaliyah. And
we had 3 beautiful kids.
And Aaliyah had that one hit song called Back and Forth, and she was young.
Unfortunately, she died in an airplane crash.
Yeah. And I told you I got to meet her, right? The one time she came through Seattle, I was working at that hip-hop station or whatever, and she came in to talk to this guy, Eric Powers, the DJ, and I was I think an intern at the time. I just started there, and I was going to leave because I knew she was coming, and I was just bringing in with this.
You didn't want to disturb.
I was like getting him his coffee, pretty much. No, it wasn't that. I was bringing in some traffic carts, some commercials.
What a damn puppy!
And I was just dropping something off at the studio.
That would be weird if you had your dog go with you when you're bringing in some traffic.
And so I'm bringing in this stuff for some commercials for him to play, and I'm trying to leave, and he's like, "Jeremy, where are you going?" And he was kind of this really weird, antisocial, weird kind of guy. So he was like, "Oh, no, stay. And I think he just wanted somebody in the room that he knew. So I went in the corner.
It was like having Mike Pence around. He didn't want to be in a room with a woman by himself. I get it.
How?
Yeah, an underage woman.
Like, hold on, I need a witness. What's your name again? Jeremy, come here.
Oh, my God. Eric was just one of the nicest guys ever. And he was only like a couple years older than us. But
the Mike Pence of DJs.
Yeah. And so I stay in the room, and she comes in, and she's literally like a foot tall. I mean, she's so tiny. And she's got these huge sunglasses on. And the whole time it's a dark studio. I'm like, take your glasses off. And she never did. Anyway, so that was my Aaliyah story. But, R. Kelly and they were together. They were dating.
Yeah, if she, I think about her quite a bit, especially whenever his name comes up like it is heavy in the news right now, because I was thinking, man, if she was still alive, how much clarity we could have towards this situation. Because you would have had somebody who was, did you say they were married?
No, they were together. They were dating.
Together.
They weren't married.
Who,
I think she was pretty young.
Her music career started with her contacts with R. Kelly while she was underage.
Yeah.
I mean,
17, 16, I think. I don't think they officially were dating until she turned 18, but, they probably were.
We would know so much more of the story.
Right. But
if the plane didn't crash.
We're so late. We'll
do it on the other side.
Okay, we'll do this on the other side of the break, because this gets so good, and this has nothing to do with Aaliyah.
Lie!
Cheeba writes in, and she goes, hey, no, they were married. You're missing some facts here. So she is on the phone now.
To Aaliyah and R. Kelly, the girl that you got to meet at a radio station, but you didn't really get to meet
back in the 90s before she died in the plane crash.
The Mike Pence of DJs said,
Eric Powers.
I need an intern in here while I'm in the studio by myself with a girl that is underage.
Right.
He knew. He had the wherewithal to understand the enormity of the situation, unlike R. Kelly, who said, hey, that girl's underage. Let me get with her.
Yeah, Cheeba's got all the facts. Hey, Cheeba.
Hey.
So you have a very good memory. I drank way too much in the 10 years after I worked at that radio station.
After you met Aaliyah?
And this story. Yeah. And I actually never met her. I was just in the room when she came in. They just,
he didn't even bother to introduce you. He was afraid to be in the room by himself.
He was so nervous. I could tell he was nervous.
He didn't say, hey, this is Jeremy, by the way.
This is the intern. No, I was just an intern.
Big deal.
Yeah.
You're still a human being, man.
Yeah.
You're a human being.
I get it.
I mean, if I was him,
I get it too. But I don't
today,
think it's right.
I would say, oh yeah, and if it was Cheeba was the intern, I'd say, oh, there's Cheeba. Hey, there's Cheeba.
Yeah.
There's Jeff. That's Cheeba. Yeah, welcome. All right, you gonna take your sunglasses off? This is very awkward. It's very dark in here.
Creepy.
Okay, so Cheeba wrote in, and you remember this story much better than I do. I guess they were married, right?
Yeah, They were married. Supposedly, his tour manager at the time admitted to falsifying her birth certificate.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I do remember
when she
this
was
now.
15.
Yeah.
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 So it's like, back in like our grandparents and stuff, when they would enlist in the service to help their country. Like, you never hear of a kid doing that nowadays, right?
No.
I mean, my grandparents, they got married when they were 15, 16.
Right.
But my grandpa was 16, not 20, 30 or whatever he was. What was R. Kelly back then? Probably in his mid-20s?
Yes. He was early to mid-20s. I want to say, 24, 25. I don't
So
remember,
did you hear? Okay, so you guys, did you hear the latest on what's going on with this situation with the Aaliyah family and R. Kelly?
No.
Yeah.
Well, you explain it to me, Cheeba, since you're the facts first person.
You talking about her mom?
Yeah, I've got a soundbite. Now, this is a gal that was on the show. Her name's Lisa Van Allen. And she was on the documentary Surviving R. Kelly. And this is what she had to say about R. Kelly and Aaliyah's mom.
He actually stayed at their home in Detroit, and her mother actually was sexually attracted to him as well. And he said when Aaliyah would go to sleep, that he would, this is what he said. He said that he would go in the living room and him and her would do sexual acts on the couch while Aaliyah was sleeping in the bedroom. That's what he says. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
As sad as that is, does not surprise me one bit. The sad part is, I think Aaliyah's parents did her a huge disservice by covering up the whole fact, by saying none of it was true. They were just saving their own hide.
Well, because they were making money.
Because making money and nookie on the couch after the little girl went to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if we've learned anything from some of these cases about the predatory behavior, is they get in with the family too.
Right. Absolutely.
So that would not surprise me.
Well, and he's using. I mean, from the jump here. Let's just look at the way everything's been laid out. What this guy is truly guilty of, because there's too much truth in numbers here. He's truly is abuse of power. He says, I'm a famous guy. I can get you the connections. These are all aspiring, coming out of the woodwork, and they want to be close to the situation. He's like, okay, well, I can help you out.
Yep. Well, never having any intention.
Are you ready for the sex, girls?
Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible.
That's sad.
That's terrible. That is terrible.
Are you ready for the sex, girls?
Stop it. Stop it.
Maybe he's an addict.
Absolutely. 100% he's an addict. It's all he sings about, one. And two, that's all he's charged with.
Are we waiting for him to be found guilty but then he comes out and says, hey, I've got a disease in my brain. I'm an addict. And
he'll never say that because he doesn't think he does.
He's got a damn Christmas tree up in his house from 1993 when his mom passed away. He hangs on to things, is what I'm saying. That's it. He hangs on to things.
Yeah, that was creepy. All right, thanks, Cheeba.
You're welcome. Talk to you guys later.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.